Oh my God, I can't believe my eyes. I've always seen clouds guarding us from above. But here in the Aseeri region, at the highest point of Saudi Arabia, at the height of 10,000 feet above the sea level, even the clouds bow down, creating a magnificent sight. Mashallah al-Jaw Jameel. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a hidden treasure, and it's only recent in the year 2019 that it's opened its doors for tourists with open arms. Located in the heart of Arabian Peninsula, our neighbor Saudi Arabia holds treasure of culture, nature and beauty waiting to be discovered. In the scorching heat of the Middle East embrace, Abha emerges as a haven of grace. With cool breezes that gently caress the soul, a respite from the sun's relentless toll. Just 3 hours flight away from Dubai and a simple e-visa process, Abha, located in the Aseeri region in the south of Saudi Arabia, is a favorite destination for those in the Gulf. Well, this is the time when most of the Middle East as well as Europe is melting under the heat in summer months. Abha emerges as a perfect escape, offering milder temperatures and breathtaking landscape. Surrounded by the beautiful Aseeri mountains at an elevation of more than 3,000 meters above the sea level, Abha's colder temperatures attract visitors from within Saudi Arabia and the neighboring GCC regions as it offers a respite from the intense heat. Rijal Almaa. Showing me around the beauty of Abha is a local and a tour guide, Turki Muhammad. He first took me straight back in time to one of the oldest villages of Abha, Basta. Basta is a historical village known for its unique architecture, where homes are constructed using mud, stone and a mixture of both.
There are 3 different kinds of house made here. Okay, this is the first design, that's the second design, and this is the third design. So basically this is what they call it Basta. It is a place where people gather here during special occasions like Eids, and also when there is marriage, people gather here, and there are 3 floors. The first one could be for animals, domestic animals, okay, like sheep, lambs, okay, chicken. The second floor is for people. The third floor also for people. The kitchen is on the roof.
So this is the first ever bridge built in Saudi Arabia about 120 years ago, built in the Ottoman Empire. The water would flow from the Soudah mountains all the way to the old town, running up to 450 kilometers, going up to the desert. Am I right, Turki?
Yeah, good, good.
This is called the Bride Pathway, where the rich and elite brides of town would come and shop for jewelry, clothes, accessories, and the locals who couldn't afford the luxuries of being around here would often go to the Tuesday market to shop. Even though some parts of the region are modernized, the village still retains its elegance, traditional architecture and charming streets. When in Abha, you must also visit the cultural village Al-Muftaha, dating back to 260 years and showcasing the artistic spirit of the Aseeri region. We can see traditional Arabic calligraphy and paintings inspired by Islamic geometric patterns. So this is the Al-Muftaha village and pretty much the city center of Abha. All they have done is to try and preserve as well as conserve the culture of Saudi Arabia. Beautiful walls, a tourist attraction, and Romana has promised to feed me with some delicious food. Romana, what are we going to have first?
First we will have chai.
Chai! Wow, let's go!
Right
next to it is the art street extending on a 200-meter-long sidewalk filled with local artworks, colorful lights and so many food options. I spent my evening at the Abha Airport Park and indulged in a few local delicacies.
Alright, then I'm starting my day with a heavy breakfast, much like the locals do it here. Since the region is surrounded by mountains, people here are often involved in physical activities like climbing mountains, farming or herding. Well, they say that all three meals in the Abha region are extremely heavy. So I'm trying out some traditional dishes like shakshuka, which is scrambled eggs, tomatoes and green pepper. There's also fool, which is beans. Tamniah, which is falafel, also rhymes with my name Kamiya. And there's also labne makhanish, which is served with honey.
I am now heading to the highest mountain of Saudi Arabia, Jabal al-Soudah, where the temperatures do not exceed 22 degrees even at the peak of summer.
Can someone pinch me? Because this doesn't feel real. Do you still think Saudi Arabia is just endless sprawling deserts? Because I am standing in the dense cover of greenery and flora.
Tucked away in the misty mountains of Aseeri is the quaint village of Rijal Almaa.
Rijal Almaa, big village in region.
When there was trading in the seaport, it was actually the center point of the seaport and people in the mountains. They used to bring merchandise to this area. Traders from top of the mountain, they used to come down, buy their goods. Actually, it brought wealth to the people of this area. Then they started to build all those buildings that you see.
I feel like I've landed myself into a fairyland. Doesn't this look absolutely magical? So the Aseeri region has more than 4,217 villages, and this is in the region of Rijal Almaa. This village is called Rijal, which is about 900 years old. This village is characterized by its architecture, where the building is actually made of rock instead of mud. And interestingly, in the year 2010, Rijal Almaa was awarded as the best tourism village amongst the 151 villages nominated around the world. Well, this may be a UNESCO heritage site today, but in olden times, the center of the village was often used as a trading center where shops used to be set up for people to buy and sell spices, jewelry, and a lot more. In fact, it was also used for large gatherings and weddings.
In fact, the whole city of Abha is rich with its historic palaces and castles, taking you back in time. One such must-visit palace is the Abo Sarrah Palaces, which is 220 years old. Located in the middle of Aziza village in Aseeri, the palace is built in harmony with nature, using stones and timber from local trees.
How big is this palace? How many rooms? How many floors?
6 floors, more than 30 rooms. That information. The owner of this place, it was married more than 40 wives.
40 wives?
40 wives, yes.
So your forefather actually had 40 wives?
40 wives.
How many wives do you have?
I don't have a wife.
Oh, you don't have a wife?
I'm single
okay.
now. I'm single.
Do not miss out the panoramic scenes of the village from the top of the palace. Turkey then introduced me to the traditional dish of Saudi Arabia, hinid. marinated meat slow cooked in an underground oven called the taboon. Wood sticks are commonly used to create the fire within the taboon.
Well, so the local Aseeri food is called haneed, which is essentially rice with meat. As you can see, it's been really cooked for over 3 hours. Mind you, the Aseeri are very particular about the meat that they eat. They only prefer lamb that has grown in the mountains. The lamb is often served depending on the number of people who eat. If there are 4 people, only 1/4 of the lamb is used. If there are about 8 people, half the lamb is used. And if it is a full lamb, it would easily suffice about 16 people. And it is quite expensive. The whole lamb actually costs you 1700 riyals.
Bordered by Yemen and historical trade routes with India, you will often see Yemeni and Indian influence in Saudi cuisine. In fact, Indian spices, cooking techniques and flavors have made their way into Saudi dishes, and you will see many Indian restaurants in Abha. Recently, there have been special efforts by Saudi government in setting up events and pop-ups to encourage social and nightlife in the region. Sair is one such place. With beautiful cafes set up in the outdoor, it's a perfect spot to enjoy the sunset in Abha. Grab something to eat from multiple cafes around, just relax or enjoy the cool Abha breeze. As the sun sets, there's plenty to do in Abha, like visiting the High City.
The High City is spread across 26,000 square meters. It offers 2 viewpoints, the Hama viewpoint and Abha viewpoint. I can currently enjoy a gorgeous city view of Abha, including the view of Green Mountains. High City has lots of cafes, restaurants, fun activities to do, hotels to stay in, chalets, villas. I have to say it's one of the most important points for locals and tourists to come around and have fun.
I then headed to Nafas, an event where many restaurants and cafes have come together offering a fun evening out. I decided to save the best for the last and headed to Medhal.
Medhal is a beautiful initiative to encourage nightlife in the Aseeri region of Saudi Arabia, which was pretty much non-existent a couple of years ago. So this one definitely comes as a feather in the cap. You get international cuisine as well as international music and local music, a perfect place for youngsters and families. This is what I call a good morning. Did you know that Aseeri is the world's first non-European place to win the award of World Region of Gastronomy? They're going to get this prestigious award in the year 2024, and this delicious spread right in front of me is the reason why they are getting this award. What you see here is the traditional Aseeri dish, which is called Areeka, which is made of brown flour, ghee, honey and dates. Looks absolutely delicious. There's another twist to it. If you replace brown flour with dairy, it becomes Mubtatha. But if you want a mix of both, which is brown flour and dairy, you have to try kasepia and pair it all up with the mica bread.
Abha is known for its fertile and ideal climate for agriculture, including grape cultivation. Visiting a grape farm in Abha is a unique and an enjoyable experience.
Wow, it's a beautiful farm. So what are the kind of fruits that you grow here?
We have so many different trees here. It's a basket of fruits here in Abha. So we have, for example, here we have the berry trees and we have the apricots, we have dates for also figs and grapes and pomegranate.
The Aseeri region is known for its old villages. Yesterday we explored Rijal Almaa and today we are exploring Al-Habla. And this village is literally located at the edge of the cliff, consists of 3 small villages. And the tribes here would often have a flower band on their heads, which is also called Oshba. I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but how do you think this looks? I would love to wear it. How much is this for? Bye, Priya. Thank you very much. Shukran.
Popularly known as the Hanging Village, Al Habala is a fascinating village surrounded by majestic and towering mountains. The village is located beneath a cliff that slopes about 300 meters from the edge of the majestic Sarwat Mountains. In the past, the villagers would use a rope to climb up the mountain, which would take more than an hour. But now, the Saudi government has recently introduced a cable car.
Wow, this was fun. Only took 5 minutes to get here. Just a short walk up from the cable car and I'm already feeling exhausted. Imagine the plight of the locals living here in this village, climbing up and down on this mountain using a rope, which would take them about 1 hour every day. Today, the locals of Al Habala have actually been moved to the main city by the government, while this site has been converted into a tourist attraction where lots of people come to get a glimpse into the local life and culture and also enjoy the breathtaking views.
Al Habala's isolation from the bustling world made me more curious about the olden Aseeri life, and that's when Turkey took me to Tamniah Museum. The museum displays coins and weapons such as daggers and swords, as well as accessories that women have used in the past in Aseer. The museum also displays a range of antique children's tools and toys. A traditional Aseeri home has also been restored to get you a glimpse into the olden life.
Well, visiting this local home is really taking me back in time. It's so interesting to see how people in the olden times lived in the Aseeri region of Saudi Arabia. There's so much history, culture. Every wall here has a story to tell. Saudi Arabia is so different than what I had imagined it to be. Abha is rooted in traditions, brimming with modernity and dipped in art and culture. The generosity of people shines brighter than the sun, and the love for its culture is taller than the mountains.
So let us cherish Abha's gentle grace, its tranquil haven, its warm embrace. In its cool breeze, dreams take flight. Abha's magic lives on in day and night.